to this week's episode of Cooking with Carter. It is very cold outside with a lot of snow on the ground, and today we're going to cook homemade chili. I have got a table full of ingredients today, and I'm going to start from my left to my right. The first thing I'm going to list are my seasonings. I have chili powder, seasoning salt, cayenne pepper, red pepper flakes, garlic salt, oregano, season all or complete seasoning, curry, and cumin. Alright, for my ingredients that I have, again I'm going to go from my left to my right, and I'm going to go a little bit further back because I've got, like I said, a table full. So we've got diced potatoes, we've got onion, we've got mushrooms, we've got ground turkey, 3 pounds of that. We have ground chicken, 1 pound of that. Diced tomatoes, and also green onion. Now, the one ingredient that I did not have room on the table for, that I'm still letting sit in the fridge until the last minute, is corn. I am actually going to add corn in the chili as well. So when we come back, I'm going to get started with I've done all the prep work mostly already except for chop up the onion. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and chop up the onion in the Ninja. That's actually over here and ready to go. So all I'm going to go ahead and do is just take my lovely little Ninja and alright, I gave that 10 pulses and made that onion very fine. Now, I did not put all of my onion in at one time because that would have overloaded the Ninja. Remember, I've said in previous episodes, don't overload your Ninja. Less is more. Go with a little bit and then add more. So when I come back, I'm actually going to start browning the meat. I'm going to have the meat in the skillet, and I'm going to season everything once it's combined together. Actually, small correction. I am going to brown my onion and my green pepper first, and then I'm going to add the meat. So when we come back, you will see the meat, the onion, and the green pepper being added. We'll be right back on Cooking with Carter. Alright, welcome back to Cooking with Carter. What you see before you is a sea of purple and green. I love the purple onion because it's big as heck. I mean, and it's got a sweet taste. But I will tell you, one thing about that purple onion, when you cut into that thing, it makes your eyes burn, and you're going to wish you never did it. I did my root trick, and it still burned. Alright, so we've got the green pepper and the onion in. What you want to look for, and just keep stirring this, just keep working it in. Go ahead and heat your skillet to 350 degrees. I've actually got mine at 300 right now. I'm going to bring it up to 350 when I add the meat in. We want to cause these vegetables to get translucent. We don't want to cook them all the way through. Translucent means clear, just so you can kind of see through them, so that the juices will start to run, and you honestly can smell the onion and pepper in here, and it smells really good. Now, one of the things, I'm not going to season until everything is in here. That way everything gets seasoned at one time, and then at the very end we will transfer this into a crock pot and let it simmer. And that onion is still strong and is still burning my eyes just a little bit. I'm going to bring this kind of to the middle here. Alright. We have Marshall working the camera today, and he most likely is going to be working the camera from now on because Max has found employment and is now going to be driving trucks, so he's going to be trained for that. We wish him well in his endeavor and wish him the best of luck, and hope to have him back on Cooking with Carter sometime soon. He's going to come and help out still, but just right now he's got a lot of things to work through, so he won't be able to film as much as he has. So, alright, we've got the onion and green pepper just about where we want them. Now here's what I do. I go ahead and kind of flatten everything out. Now, one thing that I did not mention before, I have some sausage, actually hot sausage I have in here. We're going to go ahead and take a pound of that. And we're going to squeeze that right into its lovable little 1, 2, 3. There's that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken in as well. Okay, and we got a little bit of paper there, but that's okay. Paper comes right off the back. Toss that into the trash can. Yeah. Take that off there. That's amazing. That one didn't seem to have paper on it.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yep.
I didn't see any.
Where did the paper go? And there is the paper on the turkey as well. Go ahead and pull that off. 1, 2, 3, and go. There we go. All right. Now, this is going to be the fun part. Just going to mash this in, turn it a little bit. And what you want to do is just continue to do the same thing. Just turn it in. Now, one thing that's very important, you don't want to add your liquid in here, which is 4 cups of chicken stock. I did forget to mention that, and I have the stock actually right on the stove over here, but I'll get to that momentarily when I need it. So it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes for this to brown up nice the way we want it. And now I brought that up to 350, which is what I wanted to do. And this way, all of the meat and everything else will get turned and seasoned, and you can also see that the green pepper doesn't just sit on the bottom of the little, or big skillet I should say. And all of this meat and everything is going to give it a great flavor. So when we come back, I'm going to add my tomatoes and mushrooms and everything like that. I'm gonna let the meat and everything brown up, get that all crispy and good to go, get everything mixed in together, and then I'll add the rest of my ingredients and we'll season. So we'll see you in a short bit on Cooking with Carter. And welcome back to Cooking with Carter. Alright, we've got our meat and everything just about cooked. What I'm going to go ahead and do is, and you'll see a lot of liquid in here, that there's a key with this: don't drain it, because the more liquid you've got, the better, because that's going to make that flavor, that chili, and you just give it a good stir and make sure everything's well incorporated, the green pepper, the onion, and the key thing is just to keep bringing it down, just to keep taking your spatula and going in and just pressing down on that. And you can see that purple onion mixes in so well with all of this. Okay, and we'll just keep mixing that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop my spatula over to the right hand side, And I'm going to come here, and I'm going to take most of the juice of the tomato can, and I'm just going to pour that in there, just like that. Take the other bowl, pour that in there, just like that. Take the potatoes, pour that in there just like that. And the other, right in there just like that. Make sure we get and then finally mushrooms. And those are just canned mushrooms in the store. You can buy those at any local grocer. That's 1 jar. And Marshall, if you will, I'm going to get you to go ahead and pass me the chicken stock back there. Either cup's fine. You can sit it on the left side here. Alright. Now I'm just going to add the chicken stock in. And we'll add the other chicken stock as well. And notice I'm going over top of my mushrooms and my potatoes when I pour this. And you really don't want to add much more liquid than that because the skillet is starting to get kind of full. So now all you're going to do is you're going to real gently, you're not going to go crazy with this now, you're just going to fold it. And you're just going to fold that, just like that. And the high portions start to meet down and get well incorporated in there with the meat. What you don't want to see is an overabundance of tomato on one side, an overabundance of mushrooms on one side. You want to make sure that that is where everything is well incorporated. Now, here's the fun part. With chili, honestly, there's 2 ways you can do it. You don't have to do this in a skillet. A lot of people do it on the stove, which is fine. One of the things that I normally do is I actually do this in the skillet and then I transfer it into a large crock pot. Now I'm going to finish this in the skillet and then transfer some of it into the crock pot because I don't think all of my chili is going to fit in to the crock pot. So let me just go ahead and stir this one more time, and then when we come back we'll go ahead and season this and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So we'll be right back in just a minute on Cooking with Carter. Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Carter. I went ahead and also added in 2 full cups of the measuring cup, which holds 2 cups. That's 4 cups of corn. And this is basically done now, all except for the seasoning. The first one, it doesn't really matter what order you season these in. First, I'm going to use a little seasoning salt. Now, I'm going to come in with a little garlic salt. And you will have to re-season these again because when it cooks down and some of the liquid will evaporate down. Little season all. oregano. And really, I don't have a specific amount of seasoning that I add. It's just seasoned to taste. I have made this so much that I kind of have an idea. And cayenne pepper. I like my chili hot. I don't know how you like yours. Little red pepper flake. Now, this stuff here is a little spicy, so depends on how you like it. I actually use quite a bit in mine, about 4 to 6 tablespoons, not 46. 426. You use 46 tablespoons in this, and you'll slap your mama. And I guarantee I can't be responsible for that. There's a little disclaimer at the bottom of the screen that says, "Do not slap your mama." All right. Finally, actually, I'm not going to put in the cumin and the curry. What I am going to put in now, though, is my chili powder. Now, this is what makes chili chili. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and stir this. And probably the only thing more I will add right now is chili powder. I'm just going to fold it because this skillet is so full. Woo! Glad I got the deluxe size skillet, I can tell you that. Okay. And that is literally all there is to it. You just continue to stir this and let this cook down. Now what I'm going to do to finish this up, I'm actually going to transfer some of this into my crock pot because my skillet's a little bit full. So I'm going to transfer some of this into my crock pot and let the rest of this finish, some finish in that and some finish in the crock pot. And we'll see you next week on Cooking with Carter, where the meals we make are worth the wait. Y'all take care now.